Hello, good afternoon to everyone. Hello, very good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon. A very good afternoon to all of you. Hello,
Good afternoon, sir.
good afternoon. Yeah. We once again welcome you all for the third day of our FDP. I'm sure for the last 2 days we have been discussing about different components of research proposal. I hope all of you have been understanding to some extent whatever we are discussing. Today we are going to understand and deliberate on the most important components of research proposal, not only research proposal, even research paper, even a doctoral thesis, very, very important items. Today we are going to deliberate and discuss. Those are with the help of research problem. We are discussing the research issues, research questions, thereby statement of research problem, literature review and its importance and its role in research, research gap, research hypothesis, research objectives. These are the main things we are just deliberating today. I am sure all of you can please take part in the discussion. These statement of problem, issues and questions pertaining to research problem, hypothesis, objectives, literature review, research gap, all are considered, very, very important in the proposal. And these can be particularly statement of problem, hypothesis and objectives. These can be considered as part of the research proposal. Therefore, we need to understand very clearly what do you mean by the statement of problem, what a researcher needs to describe, needs to explain in the statement of problem, and thereby how literature review one can do, and in what way the literature review is going to help the researcher, and thereafter how we are going to formulate research hypothesis and research objectives. These are the things we discuss with the help of example. No doubt, many of us have written research proposal, written research paper, and majority of us gathered here have completed doctorate and they are guiding the research work of different people in different disciplines. We have written a proposal, we have written a doctoral thesis, we have written research paper. But my experience goes that many of us, we could not clearly explain, we could not clearly describe what is statement of problem, what needs to be explained. Many of us do not have clear idea. No doubt, statement of problem we write. We write the statement of problem, and many times I come across in the statement of problem, sometime we explain the importance of the study, sometime we introduce the study in statement of problem, sometimes something else we write, but there used to be a heading that is a statement of problem. But what actually accurately needs to be described in the statement of problem, hardly we come across. After listening this today's session, please, if you go back and see what are the statement of problem that we have written earlier, like that only, hardly we don't have a proper check mechanism. So it goes, hardly people will look at, but anyway, whether people see it or do not see it, but whatever work we do neatly, we do perfectly, we do accurately. In that context, we are discussing all these things. I try to illustrate these are the core items of the research proposal, taking into account several examples. Okay. So with this big brief background, please all of you take part in the discussion. Please be active during discussion so that you will understand and you will get the clear idea of this. So I take the help of PPT just for a while. Yes, please. The slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. This is the third day's slides that we have. I will just take. I have given a brief idea about what we are going to do today, and your participation also is highly appreciated. This you can cancel. Just next slide. Yeah. This slide is visible for you. Framing up research problem. Yes. Framing up research problem. There is a research topic.
Yes, sir.
Can anyone of you please could read this research topic?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir.
Yeah.
Awareness and
Uh,
Okay, madam,
awareness and
please.
participation in civil service examination in selected colleges in Dharwad district. Empirical evidence.
yeah. Dr. Manesh sir, welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. Welcome. Yeah, I will read once again. Students' awareness and participation in civil service examinations in select colleges in Dharwad district. Empirical evidence. This could be a very clear, precise, and accurate title, research title. The research problem we have converted into appropriate research title. Okay. Yesterday we had discussed research problem, and from the research problem how we can explore and narrow down to a specific topic. Though one topic I have taken here as an example. So topic is like this: students' awareness and participation in civil service examinations in select colleges in Dharwad district. Empirical evidence. I do agree. Still there is a scope for the improvement of title. Always there is a scope for improvement. This is the dynamic in nature subjects. Okay, now taking into this account what this topic, as a researcher, I have to think. Thinking process should be activated. I have to think as a researcher. I have to think. What am I going to do in this research? What am I going to investigate? What am I going to research? Taking into account this student awareness and participation in civil service examination. So I try to raise the questions. The process of suddenly we cannot come to research objectives. There is a wrong understanding of ours. Immediately we jump to research objectives. And we go to somebody, we go to research guide and we discuss with our colleagues, sir, please tell us 1 or 2 research objectives on this topic. It is very difficult to tell research objectives like that unless and until we do the process. There is a process of arriving appropriate research objectives. The first process is give work to the mind. Start thinking on this particular research problem and raise questions, raise issues. Okay, I have raised some questions. You also can. Slide is visible to all of you. Slide is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. You can also read.
Visible, sir.
A very simple process and very systematic process. Okay, please follow this in your career, research career. Please follow this, and at the same time, when you are guiding somebody, when you are telling somebody, please tell in the same passion. Please tell in the same fashion. Then the proper research will spread. Okay. Suddenly we cannot finalize research objectives. There is a process of arriving research objectives. First thing we have to raise the questions. Are students aware about civil service exams? Simple. How do they come to know about these exams? Because these questions are raised pertaining to that specific research topic. Are students aware of these exams during their study of graduation? Lot of thought process has been done, and then we arrived these questions. These questions are not taken from ChatGPT. Okay, that is one. Anything is there in the slide. Nothing is from ChatGPT, but I do admit ChatGPT I am using, but I read, I understand, and I bring in, okay, in my own fashion, in my own thinking. Are students aware of these exams during their study of graduation? Do they come to know after their graduation? How many students have really undergone these exams? What type of questions you raise? The success of our research, the success of framing our research objectives, the practicability of this, the outcome of research, outcome of this research all depends upon the type of process you initiate, the type of questions you raise, the amount of trouble you give to your thought, mind, your thought process. How many students have? Because after going through this slide or some of the slides, I am sure many of you can do a slide much better than this, what I am presenting today. How many students have really undergone these exams? Continue. Then few more questions. How many have finally succeeded in these exams? How many have left in between? Which discipline stream do they belong to? How many boys or girls have participated? How many rural or urban students have participated? Okay, these are questions. You might find repetition of some 1 or 2 questions, but you can raise any other questions much better than this pertaining to this particular research topic. How did you find these questions that I have raised? Are you understanding the process? Yes? Can you please tell me, are you comfortable with this process?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So these questions, even you can also raise. So these are just illustrative. These will give ample ideas to your mind, and you can come out with okay, much better than these questions. Very innovative ideas. So even still you can raise. Then you can narrow down. Raise questions, then you can narrow down and bring to a specific objectives. These are the questions we have raised. When we formulate research objectives, first thing we have to take the research problem. Once we finalize the research problem, we need to raise the research questions. And these research questions are also known as research issues. And perhaps these research questions, these research issues, which we do not know at present, we are going to research. We are going to research pertaining to this topic. All these questions are being addressed through your research. Meeting the respondents, finding out their actual reality and whether you are achieving what questions we have raised this. So these are the issues and questions, first part. Can I go to next slide? Yeah. Now
Okay.
statement of research problem. Now we are reaching to statement of research problem. Is it visible to all of you, please? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone could please read this? Or I can only go through. Statement
I'll
of
read, sir.
research problem. Once again, I just brief. Already we discussed previous session. Statement of problem is nothing but you are going to clearly describe the research issues and questions that you are going to address in this research. Specifically, you have to describe. But for your kind information, I am telling you the statement of research problem. Again, I have made a 3 division. First one is importance. Statement of problem also, you hardly find anywhere statement of problem which is written in this fashion. This is what innovation I added way back in 2004. So now first part, importance. Importance of students' awareness and participation, because for the career growth of the students, it is very essential. For the economic and social growth of a student, it is very essential. They should be aware and take part in different competitive examinations, thereby make a good, competent career. Problem is very important. The research problem that we have chosen here is very significant, very important, very relevant. So we have importance of the problem first. We have to describe its importance. Thereafter, we can go to what are the problems involved in this particular research. Okay, issues or problems about students' participation in competitive examination is concerned. Problems like lack of awareness from based on the experiences, from the available facts. We assume that because these are assumption only. Finally, we are going to research and find out problems like lack of awareness. Students might not be aware of different competitive examinations. Lack of motivation. Sometimes students find lack of motivation. Nobody has inspired them. Nobody has encouraged them. Poor exposure, lack of seriousness, lack of interest, poor vision. Sometimes people don't have any vision. Because I joined MBA without any vision. Lack of consistency. Some people are very consistent in first year, second year, no consistency. Third year, nothing. Poor success rate and many others are faced with. Now I highlighted the problems. First part, what I did, I explained the relevance. Topic is so relevant. The research problem is so relevant. In spite of its relevance, there are issues, there are problems, as I narrated. Then third item in this, need. Here, need you have to emphasize. One side, in spite of its importance, still students are facing these many problems. One side is very important. Other side, there are several problems that are being faced by the students. Therefore, keeping in mind the relevance of research topic on the one hand and several issues on the other hand, the genuine need is felt to make a study on students' awareness and participation in civil service examination in select colleges in Dharwad district. See, this is the brief statement of problem. Nicely, you have to indicate its importance, its problems, and thereby there is a need for research. There is a need for research. Therefore, I as a researcher has taken this particular topic for my research. Nobody will question. You have made it clear why you have taken this topic. What are the issues involved? How important it is and how there is a need. Okay, statement of problem. Now, statement of research problem, no? Whatever research questions you have raised, those questions should be reflected here. Those questions should be reflected here. There should not be something in questions. There should be something in statement of problem. No. Whatever questions I have raised, by and large, those questions should be reflected, should be presented in the statement of problem. Okay? Because wherever you write a statement of problem, even in research proposal, there is a place where we write a statement of research problem, but statement of research problem indicating all these three things should be clearly, accurately described by the research scholar. We need not bring anything here. We need not increase the quantity. Specific, be specific. By reading this, people clearly should understand what he or she intends to do. Okay, with this I can. Are you listening? Are you listening? Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
you're audible.
Yeah, please. You are comfortable with the discussion? Yes?
Sorry, sir, network issues. Sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, you're
Now I
audible.
can
Yes.
join.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
I can join.
Sorry, please bear with me.
No, sir. Please continue, sir. Please.
Okay. We'll go ahead. Yeah. After the statement of research problem, no? Then see, in between the review of literature comes. Review of literature, where it comes, when tentatively you described, you arrived research problems, you arrived research issues and prepare a research statement, problem statement, then what you need to do, you have to look back. You have to look back. Till now, don't look back. Now you can look back and see any research work that has been carried out by the previous research scholars. Just have a look at it. Okay, wherein it comes past research review of literature. Now, I will try to share something about review of literature review. We have been listening. Literature review or doing a review of literature comes only at this stage. Please remember, don't do any time. What does it mean, literature review? Everybody knows, all of you know very well, I'm sure, but still I can add to it. Review of literature, the concept of review of literature or reviewing the literature has been in existence over a period of time. Not only in research, it has been in existence in one or the other form. In every walk of life, there is a review. There is a literature review. Why are they doing? You will come to know. You will come to know now. I am repeating the statement again. Review of literature, it has been there in existence in one or the other form in every walk of life, not only research. Some people who have understood review of literature means research only. No. Every walk of life, of literature is there. This is going to help a lot. Take a simple example. A doctor while examining the patient, do you think, is he doing any review of the patient? Is he doing, before giving the treatment to the patient, is he doing any review about the
Yes, sir.
patient?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
diagnosing what are his symptoms.
yeah, very good. He is going to
And
review.
he's trying to find out how it is different from something else.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, he
He
is
does
going
the
to, very
yeah,
good. Yeah.
diagnosis of the
Diagnosis, symptoms,
correct.
family background, okay, and people in the family. Then what treatment already we have taken, how long it has been in existence. So I am reviewing the patient, doctor, before giving the treatment. How this review is going to help the doctor? Can you please tell me?
So it will identify whether if it is something which has already been known, he can administer a dose of medicine which is already
Yeah,
known. If it is rare, then it would be something different.
Okay, ultimately, this review, quick review, will help the doctor to give right treatment, to give the right treatment to the patient. There should not be any duplication of the treatment, right treatment, and it helps to, okay, improve the sickness. It helps to improve the sickness of the patient. I hope you understood. Similarly, you take an auditor. When he is going for an audit of a company, what he does? Is he approaching directly to the audit, or is he doing any review?
Background study is always done, sir.
Yeah, he is going to review the internal audit reports, the statutory audit reports of the previous year, the vision and mission, the administrative structure, policies, everything he reviews so that it will reduce his work. It will reduce his work. If things are so good, if things are so in their respective place, if they are in proper place, his audit scope is limited. It will reduce his work. If he finds overlappings, if he finds things are not in place, if he finds haphazard way, then scope of his examination extends. So the auditor also makes the review so as to plan for his audit work for that particular year. Everybody does review. I am going to review. You are going to review. Student also reviews the previous question paper. Investor also is going to review. Before taking the investment decision, he reviews company's performance, company's growth, company's share price, ups and downs, stability, so many things, profitability. He reviews, then he takes the right decision to invest so that he minimizes his risk of investing. Then take another example. Suppose I am a layman. Okay, I would like to build a bungalow for myself. I don't know anything how to go about it, right from permission and from the corporation and many other things. What I do? Can you please tell me? I am a layman. I would like to build a good bungalow for myself. I don't know anything. Can you please suggest how I can proceed? So what I can do, my friend, for example, Vikram Kulkarni sir has built, okay, very good house recently. I went for the opening of his house and immediately I remembered him, and then I go and inquire, sir, how you started the construction, how you took permission from the corporation, okay, what problems you faced while construction. Sir will tell his experience, and he tells, sir, this particular puja room should not have been in this location in the house. By mistake we did, but don't repeat the same mistake in your bungalow. He gives a good idea. And from where bricks he has bought, okay, from where steel he has bought, to whom he has given for a contract, all the things he explains. Then the committing mistakes in my construction of houses will substantially reduce by doing review of literature of the people who have built the house. And I hope I made it a very general of literature review. Many times our researchers understand that review of literature means only for research. It is not like that. But however, research is no exception to review of literature. I hope you got a very clear idea what review of literature, why you go for a review of literature. Now here, the review of past research enables the research scholar to understand the significance, research gaps, and research process, as I said now, which in turn helps the scholar to revise and redefine the research objectives and research methods. Two important things. What review I can do? I have taken students' participation, okay, students' awareness and participation in the civil service examination. Any studies on this, anywhere, not only in Hubli, not only in Pune, not only in Mumbai, not only in UP, anywhere in India, any kind of such study, whether they have been studied by any research scholar, like students' awareness and participation in civil service examination, I also rarely came across the research like this. No, hardly anybody has done a study like this. We go for that routine topics only, finance, marketing, HR practices, marketing practices, customer satisfaction, okay, human resource management practices, okay, sugar factory, financial performance analysis. Those only we are repeating. But have you found any study like this? Very rare, my experience. So now, pertaining to this research problem, students' awareness and participation in civil service examination, anybody has done a research earlier. Anybody has done a research earlier. That I am trying to find out. That is what is known as review of literature. Why I am doing? To bring an improvement in my present research work, to modify my present research objectives, and to address the important things which were not addressed by the previous research scholar, that I am going to address. And whatever things were being addressed by the previous research scholar, that I am going to reduce in my research. That is why review of literature and research gap assume very important in making my research more efficient and more perfect. Now, there is after review of literature, there is a concept called research gaps. So now in the present study, this is all assumption. We have made hypothetical examples. In the present study, I made a review of literature pertaining to the chosen problem, and the gap I have identified. The gap is like this. None of the past research studies has tried to appreciate the reasons for not taking part in the competitive examinations. Everybody has studied. What he has studied? How many have participated? How many have answered? How many are successful? How many male? How many female? How many rural? How many urban? But nobody made an attempt. Those who have not taken part, what are the reasons for which they have not taken part? This is very important. Because we are focusing only for the students who are attending the classes. What about who are not attending the classes? Are they careless? Are they very negligent? There might be genuine reason behind not coming to the class. Have I studied any time those things? We are studying only these many attended, these many participated. Therefore, nobody has made an attempt previously about analyzing the reasons for not taking part in the competitive examination. This would be a very good research gap I could address in my present study. One more, none of the past studies has tried to study discipline-wise performance of the students. I have studied earlier research, so many research, they studied what? In totality. In totality. For example, IBMR colleges, we have all PG, UG programs. All students we have taken and we have assessed the awareness and participation of students in civil service examination. But I have not tried earlier to study stream-wise. How many BCom, how many BSc, how many BCA, okay, how many BA, how many MBA students. Stream-wise I have not done. So these two identified gaps I found very, very important. Certainly, I am going to include in my research study. I will investigate these two things. This is what is research gap. I am sure everybody got a clear idea about research gaps and review of literature. Am I right? Am I clear to you? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it clear research gaps?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah, how-
indirectly, research gap will be based on your review of literature.
The review of literature, very good, very good. Review of literature. First review of literature we have to do. That is why I gave an example of all doctor, editor and all, no? Because this review helps us to streamline our research work and minimize the errors that we are going to incur and add the good things which were not studied. I am going to add. Out of review of literature, gaps we have come to now. Now, why gaps I have taken at this middle? Why research gaps? Can you please tell me? Statement of research problem we have discussed. Okay. After discussing the statement of problem, we have come to literature review and research gap. Why we have come here? Why not in the beginning? Why not at the end? Why only in the middle I have come? Can you please tell me?
So it identifies how your study is unique.
Yeah, okay. You identified research gaps, no doubt. But at this stage, I am doing this review of literature and identifying the research gap. Once a problem statement is described, before I go to hypothesis and objectives, I did the review and identified the gap. What could be the reason behind?
Sir, probably research gap leads us to the problem statement. It initiates the problem.
No, problem you identified. Okay,
No, so
problem.
problem identification is only your idea that you have proposed.
Fine,
Thereafter,
fine.
how your idea is different from a study which has already been conducted is your research gap.
Okay, gap we
It
have
cannot be
identified.
later because that is how you put up your methodology next. Like
Yeah,
what,
okay,
how
fine.
you are going.
Yeah, methodology you are going to put, and more importantly, you are going to define your objectives. Am I right? You are going to define your objectives. That is why review I have taken in the middle. Now, my original statement of research problem and then whatever I found a research gap, both I can take together and define clearly my research hypothesis and my research objectives. Therefore, I have taken literature review at this particular stage. Am I clear to you? Because once I define my objective, normally I won't change. Before I finalizing my objectives, I have to equally see already statement of problem. What am I going to research? I have described, no doubt. But in addition to that, I also looked back the previous research work and found out some gaps. Those gaps also I am going to fulfill in my research work and I include in my research objectives. Now, taking into account my original statement of research problem and the identified research gap, both taking into account, I will now set the final objectives and hypothesis. Am I clear? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Now here, research gap refers to simple, an area or a topic within a field of study that has not yet been extensively researched or is yet to be explored. It is a question or a problem or a issue that has not been addressed or resolved by the previous research. Okay. Now, to understand more clearly about the gaps, I have taken one example. Can you read? Any one of you who can read? We have a good connection. Yes?
The
Anyone? please?
migrant labor and their socio-economic status and impact in Hubli city, pre and post analysis.
Pre and post analysis. Okay, fine. Now, this is the research problem converted into topic. What is researched by the previous researchers? I have made a literature review. Based on that, I have put here what is, please see here, what is researched by the previous researchers. Anyone could please read that? What is researched by the previous researchers?
Skilled labor, male labor, labor in shops and establishments, labor in construction and mining, studied only negative impact.
Okay. What they researched is their sample size to whom they have interacted, from whom they have collected a questionnaire. They have included, they have met only skilled labor, male labor, labor in shops and establishments, labor in construction, and labor in mining. They have touched upon only these areas. But there are labor in many other sectors which are so important, migrant labor part is concerned, but they have not taken. But one more thing what they did, previous studies, studied only negative impact. They have not studied any positive impact. So now I will go to next slide. You please see here. Can you read this red one? Can you please read? Yes?
What is not researched by the previous researchers constitute research gap.
Yeah, okay. Now, female workers, they have not interviewed. Unskilled workers, they have not interviewed. They have not included in their sample size. Agriculture laborers, they have not touched. Housekeeping, very important segment. Housekeeping workers, they have not touched. Security workers, they have not taken. Now, what study I am going to take up now? I am going to include these in my sample size. In my sample size, though the same study I am doing, the same study again, but there is an innovation. There is an innovation because previous studies lacked in sample size. Therefore, now I have taken and included these people in my survey. Is it okay? I'm sure you got a more clear idea about research gap and okay. Yes? Am I clear to you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Clear.
sir.
Yeah, okay.
Sir.
Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please tell me, am I audible clearly?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay, now we have reached to this stage and now we are going. How do researchers benefit from literature review? How do researcher benefits from literature review? We have given something here. Two important things the researcher understands out of the literature review. One important thing is research gap. Second most important thing is research process. Research process. How this research has been carried out by the researcher. Process, step-by-step approach to the research. So therefore, it gives a full understanding of the developments in the chosen field of research. introduces researcher to research gaps, familiarizes researcher to research process, provides the researcher a better insight into existing status of the research work. It helps to determine the nature of his or her research. It conveys the reader what knowledge and ideas have been established on a chosen topic. It will serve as a point for further empirical investigation. These are some of the benefits of research. Okay. Okay, next. Now here research assumptions and hypothesis. Research assumptions and hypothesis. Okay. I have taken these hypotheses before the objectives. Please remember, as I studied, my experience goes, the process of arriving research objectives goes like this. First process, I will ask you again. First process, based on the research topic, raising research questions and issues. The second stage, preparing a statement of research problem. Third stage, going for a literature review and identifying research gap. Fourth stage, making research assumptions. Making research assumptions. Fifth stage, making research objectives. Based on my research issues, statement of problem, I am making some assumptions. Assumptions will come first. In all our proposals, papers and all what we write, assumptions after objectives we write. But according to me, assumptions will come first, followed by objectives. But please, those who are doing research from different universities, please follow the existing whatever research guide tells, please. But this is the appropriate, proper way. Once assumptions are made, then to prove or disprove the assumptions, I set an objective. It is like that. For achieving the objective, I won't set research assumptions. For achieving the objectives, I set research assumptions. After research assumptions, to achieve research assumptions, I set research objective. To achieve research objective, I will not set research assumptions. It is the right path of going ahead, but practically what we have been practicing by and large, first hypothesis we take, then objectives we take. But even we hardly follow the process which I am explaining to arrive research objectives. But very systematically and scientifically, I request all research scholars, those who are taking part in this FDP, please follow this path. Please follow this path. And you also please guide someone to follow this path. No shortcut path. Please, no shortcut path. That is why our research, nobody will ask. Nobody is asking. Okay, now research assumptions, what they are? Assumptions means what? Assumptions, these are tentative statements. Research assumptions are tentative statements made from the available information, from the available fact, or out of the experience of the research scholar. He makes a tentative statements. These tentative statements do not have any base or do not have any support, data support. These are vague statements, do not have any support. And these statements need to be researched. These statements need to be researched so as to accept the statements or reject the statements or prove the statements or disprove the statements. And one more thing, a little you can please understand, these tentative statements should be researched. And normally we formulate tentative statements, two types of tentative statements. One is null statements, another one is alternative statements. H0, we can say H1. Okay. So this is about research assumptions or hypothesis. Please see. Can anyone of you please read this? Anyone of you please read this? Yes. Hello.
So, yes, sir.
Yes,
Am I
sir.
yes, sir. Okay. Framing of research problem, research assumptions and hypothesis. There is no significant difference in students' awareness across different disciplines or streams. There is no significant difference in performance between boys and girls students, and performance of rural students is better than the performance of urban students.
Okay, fine. Very good. Thank you, sir.
So,
Now, these statements we have prepared. Am I right? Please remember, these are what type of hypothesis? Null hypothesis or alternative hypothesis?
Null hypothesis.
Null hypothesis. Okay, very good. Null hypothesis, always we have to put in a negative statement. Negative statement. One more thing you remember, hypothesis should explain the relationship between two variables. Hypothesis should explain the relationship between two variables. Please see, many times hypothesis we write, just general statements we write. In across all the things I have seen, most of the cases, we write general statements like students are not interested, students have not taken part in a competitive examination, boys students are not at all interested. Like this, sweeping general statements we write under the heading hypothesis. It is very inaccurate. It is very wrong. Hypothesis, always there is a style of formulating hypothesis. There is a defined style of formulating hypothesis. Null hypothesis should be always in negative form. Therefore, we have written there is no significant differences in students' awareness across different disciplines. There is no significant difference performance of products. So these are explained the relationship between two variables, how they are related with each other. So this is the way you have to prepare a hypothesis. Can you please tell me whether these hypotheses emphasize our research issues? Can you please tell me whatever hypothesis we have formulated and put here, these hypotheses emphasizing our research issues or problems? Vice versa, whether research issues or problems are reflected in these hypotheses? Yes. Yes, please. Am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you're audible, sir.
Yeah. The question I asked you heard?
Yes,
The
sir, it is very much evident.
Uh,
For
i-
example, rural students and their performance, we are very specifically identifying here. We are going to draw a hypothesis.
Our hypotheses are emphasizing our research issues. Yes,
Yes, sir, they are emphasizing.
emphasizing. Because if they are not emphasizing, then not correct. They should go together. Research issues, questions should be reflected in hypothesis, and hypothesis should be reflected in objectives. This care one has to take. No doubt, nobody will look at it. Even our research paper, our proposal, sometime pending agencies will look into, but otherwise our doctoral thesis and other things, hardly people look at very specifically whether reflected or not. If you open the thesis and see, there are so many things. But you are attending our workshop, but you please follow this systematic methodology as a researcher, so that tomorrow you can explain to 4 students the appropriate research methodology. Otherwise has no meaning. Okay? Sure, we'll go ahead. Then research objectives. Now, in research objectives, again, hypothesis should be reflected. These are not to be put differently. Now we have come to the kind of research objectives we have formulated. Based on hypothesis, we have formulated here research objectives. First one, to study the students' awareness about, because awareness is there in research issues. We have mentioned poor awareness. Students are not aware. Okay, fine. We would like to know. That is the hypothetical issue. We would like to know practically. When we meet the students, we will come to know that whether they are aware or not. Therefore, to study the students' awareness about different civil service examinations. Second one, to know the performance and achievements of students in civil service examination. To make a comparative performance analysis of rural, you can still improve the objectives. Rural and urban students, to make a comparative performance analysis between girls and boys students, and to study reasons for not performing in the civil service examination. How you find these objectives? Are these objectives relevant? Yes? How you find these objectives?
Relevant.
Relevant objectives, no? Connecting hypothesis and connecting research issues and problems. So any research you do, please apply the same principles in your respective research area, research topic, and research discipline. Please, the same thing you have to follow. Then the purpose of this workshop will be fulfilled. Okay. These objectives you have prepared. Then may I go next?
Yes, sir, please. Yes, sir.
Please. Yeah. You could read these, no? Yes. You can view the slide. Am I right? Slide is visible for you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
visible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fine. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Now you see one more example I have taken as per as the statement of problem. Why I am repeating the statement of problem? Very, very important. Because 80%, 90% we have not clearly defined the statement of problem properly. So one more here, assume that service proposal, assume that service providing agency, digital service providing agency made a proposal submitted to a company. Proposal is what? For a funding. Tomorrow you also have to do like this. For a funding, one digital service provider prepared a proposal and submitted. That proposal is like this: customer CRM solutions for enhanced customer management. Customer CRM solutions for enhanced. Okay, fine. You see, service proposal, one digital service provider has given customer CRM solutions for enhanced customer management. Just to understand the statement of problem. He has given this is the research title. He has prepared a statement of problem for this. Anyone could please read statement of problem if possible, otherwise I will go through. Yes?
Sir, I'll read.
Yeah, please.
XYZ manufacturing company uses an outdated CRM system that cannot accommodate the growing volume of customer data and lacks the advanced analytics features necessary to drive actionable insights. This has led to inefficiency in customer service, missed sales opportunity, and a decreased customer satisfaction.
Very good. Thank you, sir. So now statement of problem, he has highlighted the problem. Problem is what? The present CRM system cannot meet the current requirement. It lacks. As a result, there is a declining in sales. There is a declining in customer satisfaction. Therefore, he is giving solution for enhanced customer management. Why enhanced customer management we want? He highlighted the statement of problem. So tomorrow, if you would like to write a proposal to corporates, companies, they should be very strong. They should be very much worthy. They should be very much practical, not academic proposal. Academic proposal, they will not see only. Practically, whatever proposal we submit to company for a funding, it should satisfy the people. That is why I have taken this another example. I hope you understood the statement of problem. Then we will go to next. Yeah. Now, one more thing, in case of research objectives, we frame. Please write research objectives. We frame many times, while setting research objectives, we hardly follow the process. We hardly do a very meticulously. Meticulously, we do not know because we always prefer quick and fast work. Okay, in that we miss many things. So, while putting the research objectives, many research objectives we find irrelevant many times. Please, you go back and see our thesis, our papers. Most of the objectives, duplicated or repeated or not this thing. I have understood objectives. I have classified into two categories. One is researchable objectives. Another type of objective, non-researchable objective. What would be the difference between researchable objective and non-researchable objective? Anybody could please throw light on this? If possible, otherwise I will just tell. These are just creative things, new ideas. Many of you are saying that, sir, we never come across researchable and non-researchable objectives.
Yes, if the objectives are quite relevant and context, and the objectives can be the validation and reliability can be thoroughly examined through observations and
Okay.
through references. It can be from
Okay.
primary
Good,
data,
good.
or it can be from literature, e-resources, secondary data, and all. And if it is unconventional, that is, if the things suppose I am working on, just
Yes, yes.
working on an area which is just based on my location.
Okay.
For an example, studying the ethnic and cultural representation of a state. Suppose for
Okay.
an example, which can be quite achievable. And the
Okay.
objectives I can formulate based on the data findings, and it is actually researchable. We can actually approach people, other authorities
Okay, fine.
to
Very good.
provide data.
Very good,
But
sir. You tried to, justify
yes, sir.
the question that I have raised. Anybody still you would like to add in this? Researchable and non-researchable. Sir has made it very clear, no doubt about it.
So sometimes the data is already available. Like for example, some bureau or some other study has already done the study, and you
Okay.
can have the data which you can refer.
Okay.
And the second thing that I get in mind is the first day you mentioned about something where you it is a relevant topic, but you may not have adequate data available on that topic. Like for
Oh.
example, the bank example that you had cited.
Okay. Oh, okay, fine. You have tried your level best to clarify, but simple, I will just tell researchable and non-researchable. Researchable because research means there should be something outcome. Researchable objective means whatever objective we set, each objective should bring some outcome, some findings, some findings. For example, outcome-based education you have made, no? Outcome-based education, not simply education. Whatever education, whatever subject we have introduced, we are teaching, that should bring something outcome, result oriented. So researchable objective aims to bring some outcome. Non-researchable objective hardly brings any outcome. Nothing significant outcome. Therefore, we have classified as researchable and non-researchable, or relevant and non-researchable objective. I am illustrating with one example. Here example is human resource management is an old example. Please remember, human resource management practices of select private and aided B schools in Pune city. Okay, descriptive study. Fine. Now you see the objectives you have set. And what is your experience? Topic is this, objectives we have set. And the same thing you apply in your discipline in different topics. Objectives are kept like that. Let's see. Please see observe these examples and tell me which objective will bring a result, which objective will not bring anything. Go through. Yes, please.
So
Hello.
last two objectives, they won't be like outcomes are not like
Okay.
well, we can say non-researchable.
Okay. Third one.
Third one,
Yes, sir, it is achievable. Sir.
third one is a research objective, sir.
Fourth one.
Fourth one,
Yeah, please see.
To know
They
the
are not
profile of
code.
student
They are
will
not
not give us
defined
any
actually, sir. The
category.
areas are quite ambiguous.
fourth one is not a research objective. I think
Okay,
this is
fine.
not research
Huh?
objective.
Either one part or the other is actually problematic. I am fine.
Okay.
Last,
No.
last objective will not give us any insight. It's
Sir,
important insight.
objectives are kept like this only, n number of cases, no, like this only. Topic is there. So no doubt, HR, human resource management practices only. But you see, objectives are like this to know the origin and emergency. Why? See, all these objectives will come under background material, background to your research topic. All these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these objectives, we are not going to bring any research outcome. Just your literature only. Origin and emergence of different dimension in the field of management is a background material, introductory material. This material all is available in the literature. What new things am I going to bring out of this research objective? To study the origin and growth of professional education. You please go and see the research work objectives. I have taken HR, human resource, whatever topic, economics, psychology, sociology, whatever topic is there, but objectives many times by and large kept like this. Hardly we check. Know the profile of select business school is a background. introduce the research problem. Everything will come in introduction. There is nothing new I am going to bring out of these objectives. These are irrelevant objectives. One care each research scholar has to take while setting the objective, whether this objective aims to bring any outcome, any new knowledge, any new information, any innovation, or just a background material. You have to check. Don't simply write in objectives. And another practice we have been by and large practicing is that writing n number of objectives. Objectives, number only. We are preferring more of numericals. We are recognizing numericals. No, PhD, 2 objectives, very small number, make it 5 because it is a research work leading to PhD. It is not like that. 10 objective, if we search, you will not find one researchable objective. Many times it happens. Don't go by numericals, statistics, no. Actual research. Do research with only 2 objectives, but they should be very powerful objectives. Not like this, what I have written list. And there is a fashion of increasing the number of objectives, number 1, 2, 3, up to 20 objectives. Many times I have seen. But if we screen 20 objectives, you will not even find 1 or 2 objectives, really. All are duplication, repeating the same thing. It's going like that only. Research is going like this. So we are the people try to stop this and bring some quality work in this research for the future generation. This is my humble submission. So all these are not objectives. Next slide. Here, to study different human resource practices, namely recruitment and selection, I just highlighted with the color. These two might be little bit, leading to getting some new information. Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Again, last two, to analyze and interpret collected data. Sometime I have seen objective to overview of the literature review pertaining to the research problem. They have put in the objective to overview the literature review in the chosen problem. This is also an objective. To analyze and interpret collected data, how it would be objective? It goes like that. To analyze and interpret collected data through primary survey. Don't mix up your own objectives in research objectives. How it can be objective research? Data collected, it's part of research work, no? Then to arrive conclusions is also sometimes we put in research objectives. Very bad. To arrive conclusions and make appropriate suggestions. These two also are not objective. Please apply this thing in your respective discipline. Because I cannot take, because I appreciate you have from all different disciplines responded. We are very happy. But for me, it is difficult to take all discipline examples. Therefore, the same thing will happen in all disciplines of social sciences. The same thing you please try to apply in your respective discipline. Okay. Have made it clear about researchable and non-researchable objectives? Yes? Have I made it clear?
Can you please brief it once again in one-liner?
Okay. About this slide only, no?
The objectives of the researchable and non-researchable.
Yeah, fine. Researchable objective aims to bring some research outcome, some new information, some new knowledge, findings.
So objective is related to the outcome, no? Obviously, whenever even in B.Ed also or M.Ed also we are being told the same thing.
Yeah.
Outcomes should be brought out with the help of objectives.
Good. Objective. But now you see, to analyze and interpret collected data through primary survey. This is a part of research, no?
Yes.
This interpretation and collection of data is a part of research.
Yes.
That should not be an objective. Objective should intend to bring some outcome and to arrive
It should be
conclusions.
specific. It should be specific objectives, no?
Yeah, specific. First one you see, because I have taken HR practices. No, here
Mhm.
to study different HR practices, first and second could be little bit researchable objectives
Mhm.
compared to study, for example.
Mhm.
Data analysis and interpretation is a part of your research.
Mhm.
That should not come in objective.
That's a part of process.
Part of process. Very good. Part of process. Okay, these are generalized objectives aiming to explore the existing information.
Mhm.
Okay. Analyze and interpret is a part of research process.
Mhm.
Those I cannot write as an objective. Objective should aim to field-based some research outcome they should bring. Already outcome is brought. I am analyzing and interpreting the collected data that I am putting in the objective. And people hardly go into that and see which is the proper objective and arrive conclusions. Can it be research objectives? Arrive conclusions, you are aiming to arrive conclusions, but it is a part of your research. That should not be an objective.
Mhm.
And one more thing you please remember, in the objectives, we make one last objective to make necessary suggestions and recommendations. Okay. According to me, that also we should not put. That may not be research objectives.
No.
Don't put only that, that how it comes an objective.
So isn't
Automatically,
it more like a framework?
yes.
I think it is related to the learning that takes place through the
Isn't it
research.
more like a framework?
Yes.
So isn't it more like a framework, like you have a methodology and then you draw conclusions and suggestions?
Yeah,
So it is more like a framework.
Yeah, it is a part of research. Conclusions based on your outcome or findings, you are making conclusions. Making conclusion is a part of research process only. But that may not be an objective. And when you make a suggestions, making suggestions should not be an objective. You are making suggestions based on your research outcome. Automatically, you are going to suggest for an improvement. That should not be an objective of research. Yeah, please take a time and try to understand this.
So
Okay.
it is somehow the learning that takes place through the set objectives, no? So
Uh,
through research, the learning should ultimately take place. Something new has to be found.
Yeah. Something
What
new.
we are aiming.
Yeah. A conclusions, what new thing I am based on research I am concluding.
Hmm.
Correct, no? Based on findings I am suggesting. By a conclusion and suggestion, am I meeting respondents and trying to find out something new from them? No.
No.
Conclusion and appropriate suggestion, am I going to study any secondary data and finding out some outcome of that? Nothing. So these are two. And first thing, to know the origin and all these are background knowledge it is. For the research problem, it is a background knowledge. Already this information is there, existed. What exactly you are supposed to do with this? Your research should aim to explore what different management practices that are being followed by both these schools, private and public. Management practice means what recruitment policy they adopt, how employees are being selected, what interview methods they are using, what mechanism they are using, what policies they are using, what policies they have, what motivational practices they have. Throwing light on those would bring something innovative outcome. Rather than that, to know the growth and development of management during pre and post World War, It has no meaning, no. Not objective it is. Always keep in mind anything I write in the objective that should lead to bring new information either from secondary data or from primary data. Any doubt in understanding?
No, sir. Thank you.
We'll go ahead. Yeah, it will take time, okay, because this is something altogether new sometime. Now again, about hypothesis also assumptions. As I said, many times we write hypothesis like sweeping statements. What are the style we follow to formulate hypothesis? Please remember, hypothesis should exhibit the relationship between two variables, first thing, and we have to put either in the form of null hypothesis or in the form of alternative hypothesis. Null hypothesis always we put in a negative form. Alternative hypothesis always we put in a positive form. Those are to be followed. You please see these hypotheses. Their statement, HR practices play an important role in enhancing performance of organization. This kind of hypotheses are there across all the research. HR practices are more important in private professional institutions as compared to aided institutions. These are raw hypotheses. You have to bring in the proper style. Hypothesis should not be put in a sweeping statements. Private and aided professional institutions do differ in offering competitive. So like this, earlier we have made an hypothesis, no? Like that, we have to prepare the hypothesis. So we have to take care, okay, while preparing research objectives. And while formulating research hypothesis. And very important, statement of problem. Statement of problem should be given much attention. And all the process of setting research objectives, right from issues, then a statement, then gap, then hypothesis, then objectives. But we have to give attention while framing hypothesis or objectives. Hypothesis should be in the proper style, proper format. There is no significant relationship between aided and private schools in terms of curriculum designing and development. Like that, we have to frame the hypothesis. These are also vague and sweeping statements. We as a researcher have to give some attention to improve these things. Okay. And don't go for hypothesis for research objectives by numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points number, how we can do. No? Numericals don't give. Only one objective doesn't matter, powerful objective, leading to a lot of exploration or insights into new things. Two objectives, it doesn't matter even PhD. Don't write simply, 10, 15 objectives, which are repeated again and again the same thing. So this is all what we are heading towards, bringing an improvement in the quality of research in social sciences. If we improve this quality, we hope there is a possibility of people can look at the research outcome, because if the process is not strong enough and meticulously planned, the outcome also will be of no use. That is why people are not looking at the outcome of our research. We are the responsible people for that. Okay, these things are to be taken care. These are irrelevant hypotheses, as I said. Hypothesis should be in that format. Okay, and should explain the relationship, not like just vague and sweeping statements. Yeah, fine. we are coming to an end today on the right time. And okay, we will have some questions. If anything you would like to come to your mind, I'm sure we have understood the most very important parts of research, particularly statement of problem, okay, research gap, relevance of research, literature review, then objectives, then hypothesis. Okay, nicely we have, with the examples, we have tried to explain. And I'm sure you will certainly understand in the days to come, because one day it is very difficult to grasp each and everything. Any doubts, any queries, or any interaction you would like to have? Anybody? Am I please? Yes?
Please describe again irrelevant hypothesis.
Irrelevant hypothesis. Irrelevant hypothesis like this, no? Like sweeping or general statements. General statements. For example, the BCom graduate students are not taking interest in studies. Because here only, pertaining to our topic only I am making, BCom graduate students are not taking much interest in competitive examinations. It has a meaning. It is a complete sentence, no doubt. It has a meaning. But it is not in the proper framework of hypothesis. This statement is called general statement. Buses are not coming on time. It's general statements. Girl students are performing much better. General statements. There is no significance in the performance of boys and girl students in civil service examination. Is a appropriate statement of hypothesis fitted within the framework how to formulate the hypothesis. Only we have to differentiate the style of formulating hypothesis and general statements. Hypothesis, as I said, hypothesis should not be put in the form of general statement. They should be put in the form of proper accepted style. That is what I said. There is no significant relationship between girls and boy students in the performance of civil service examination. Like this, two variables, it should connect two variables. It should relate two variables, and hypothesis should not be in a general statement. They should be in a appropriate accepted style of formulating the hypothesis. Can you please elaborate on critical study, comprehensive study, empirical study? Fine. Okay, there is a question. Okay. We have given after colon, we have given critical study, comprehensive study, empirical study. Am I right? Yes?
Sir, in most of the research papers, no,
Yeah. Dr.
I
Amol
which
sir
I have
has,
referred to, no, these words they have used. So I, most
yeah.
of the times I get confused means which one in my research I should use or which one is correct for the research like that.
No, we can use, no doubt. I will try level best to bring some differences in this. Manesh sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
critical study, comprehensive study, and empirical study. Empirical study is a evidence-based study, or we can say field-based study. Field reality. Empirical study, primary study.
Okay.
Manesh sir, primary study, field-based study. Very good
Yes,
questions you have raised. And second one, no? Comprehensive study and critical study. Comprehensive study means broad. Okay, comprehensive, not a specific. Sometimes we do a very broad study. we take the socio-economic profile of women entrepreneurs in the state of Karnataka. Huh?
Yes, yes, yes.
This
got
could
it.
be a comprehensive study. But findings may not be very, what I can say, very worthy in this case. Mani sir, I give another example.
Yes, sir.
Surveying of 500 people, surveying of 200 people, surveying of 2000 and surveying of 200. What difference it makes? Just thinking. Mani sir, 2000 we are going to, my sample size is 2000. My sample size is 200. See,
Yes.
2000 and 200, same thing. Same questionnaire I am circulating, same thing I am asking. But when you do 200, you do very effectful survey. 200, you do very effectful survey. And 2000, we are, landing in a ocean, 2000, 5000 respondents.
It's like
Very
vertical
difficult
and
to.
horizontal. In case of 2000, it is horizontal study. In case
Yeah,
of 200, it is vertical.
vertical. 200, I can say, a focused one it is.
Yes, yes, right.
Focused one. Very impactful or very effective survey you can do. Because you see, as a researcher, how far you carry your interest in research. See, first 100, 150, I am very keen, very enthusiastic surveying. If it goes beyond 100, 150, I lose interest, the respondents also lose interest. Then outcome also will lose interest.
Yes, correct, sir. Rightly, sir.
This is what is comprehensive study. Because we people prefer quantity, not quality. Comprehensive, 200 is very small size, take 2000. See, you are going to get, you are getting tiring, 2000, because researchers should have that energy, no? That enthusiasm. Then you will explore the inherent, hidden outcome of research. Otherwise, कंटाळ होऊन जाणार ते.
Yes, absolutely right.
सर्वे करून करून नंतर कंटाळ होऊन ते काय क्वेश्चन बोलायला पण एनर्जी नाही, विचारायला पण एनर्जी नाही, आणि ते रिस्पॉन्डंट पण कंटाळून जाणार. कितीपर्यंत थांबणार
Yes,
ते?
absolutely.
This is a practicability. But theoretically, one can say 200 is very small. No, it is not like that. That is why my first focus, do study as micro as possible. Do study research as in-depth as possible. 10 लोकांना भेटून तुम्ही इंटरॅक्ट करून आले तर इतकं चांगलं इंटरॅक्ट करून नवीन मी एक्सप्लोर करू शकतो ना त्यांच्याकडसून. 2000 मी काय करणार? It's very difficult. Sir, one more, that is a critical study, you know. Mani sir?
Yes, sir. Critical study.
Hello?
Yes, correct, sir. Critical.
Yeah. Critical study is very good. Critical, there is a difference. Comprehensive, I understood. Critical means in-depth. Minute study. Minute study. Why? Asking questions. Why? No, sir, I could not come. I could not answer this competitive examination. Why you could not answer? No, I reached late. Why you reached late? Bus got punctured. Why bus got punctured? When you go on asking questions, questions. Questioning, it is a critical thinking. Questioning, critical thinking. Go on saying, okay, sir, okay, sir, okay, sir. That is not critical. Okay, this is what I understood. Among three things, comprehensive study, empirical study, good, very excellent question that Mani sir has raised. We always put, depending on what kind of things we do, we have to put. Sir, thank you, Mani sir, for raising wonderful questions and helping us to, other research scholars also to understand the difference between comprehensive study, empirical study, and critical study. Any other
Thank you,
question?
thank you, thank you. very much.
Any other
No, sir.
questions?
No, sir, not from my side. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, each and everyone joined systematic literature title of research paper. Yeah, there is one more question. Systematic literature review. Systematic literature review. Anybody could please help me? What do you mean by systematic literature review? Yes? Mane sir, you could try?
Yes, sir.
Systematic literature review.
Yeah, means when we want to undertake a study in a particular area, we go through the research work already done by the earlier researchers in our area or domain specifically, we can say. So
Yeah.
when we are collecting the data through internet means not from the unauthenticated sources, but in terms of authentic sources, journals, magazines, articles published in the magazines, then research articles published in the newspapers, government reports, conference proceedings. When we are collecting the data from all these sources related to our topic directly, and then we are finding the research gap. I think that is a systematic literature review from my
Okay.
point of view.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, correct. Properly, we have to do this thing. Even systematic research. Okay. We cannot, make a review of literature of any article or any research publication. We have to identify which are the more appropriate connecting to my research work. And as Manisar told very systematically about the systematic literature review, not random, not haphazard review of literature. Appropriate, we have to choose. For reviewing also, there is a process, there is a method. For review of literature also, there is a process or there is a appropriate method. Choosing article, there is a process. I cannot review any article or any research paper. There also we have to bring a systematic approach. I am sure we try to explain systematic review of literature. Any other questions? Any other questions, sir? All of you? You can put in the chat box also. Subsequently, we can, or you can also, some of you can also answer. So we are coming to an end of today's session with a lot of deliberation and interaction. I sincerely extend thanks to each and every one. After a post-lunch session, we have shown a lot of interest and interaction.
Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. In the research, we are extremely happy to interact with you people all. My request is take the same interest, okay, and for the remaining 2 sessions, and spare your valuable time for understanding the little more research leading to research proposal writing. Thank you very much, one and all, once again. We'll wind up.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you all. Please make use of this in your research. Don't live in FDP itself. Okay, thank you very much.